Oh, my thread broke. So now you have to add new thread. So you cut it off so it's even and allow about an inch, inch and a half, because you'll need that to hide your ends. And you rethread your needle with the thread, and I'm going to start with a new color so you can see how this all works in. Only if I don't shred it. I did.
Got scissors? Good. Tell them you're a licker.
And I'm a licker. I lick my threads and get them through. And sometimes that happens with your coordinates because it's strands. But don't let that stop you. Just cut the ends off so they're even again and rethread your needle, and you can usually get it through.
Good job.
You can also use needle threaders that are commercially available. Now when I add a thread, I pick up my element where I left off, and I like to bring my needle from the back to the front so that when I end up, it's sitting on top of my thread. Be careful of doing that because you just unstitched your last stitch. So I'm just going to tie a little knot here, just an overhand knot, so I can tie that back down and make it sturdy. And then I'm going to tie these two threads together to keep them from sliding. These knots won't show in your work, but it keeps you from pulling that out and ending up with it all there. Then you set your needle back down on top and you start tatting again. Oops, I was going to show you, if you take off and you do your first stitch, and then you take this piece here and kind of lay up against your needle, you can actually do what's called tatting over tails. And slide your stitch down on top of that thread, only if it doesn't get tangled. And create your stitches. It's a little bit more difficult because you've got two pieces of thread there. Think of the needle as, and the thread as just two needles together. Then you can tat over top of them. And there you go.
Right.
You do that for about 4 or 5 stitches depending on how long it's going to be. And when you've got enough stitches on there, you just pull it down and continue tatting as normal. After you've pulled it off your needle is when you'll actually cut that thread. If you cut it too early and something happens, you got a really short piece you got to try and fix, and it's not fun.